afternoon. Welcome back to my channel, The Diary of a Midwest Princess, Day in the Life edition. Alright, so same thing as a prior video. I just didn't know what I wanted to do with the rest of my face. Not as good on time as I usually am. I have 25 minutes before I need to leave, but luckily it's not that hard to get out the door from where I'm at right now, setting myself up for success. I have my base makeup on, and I did try 2 new complexion products. Haven't been released, haven't even been discussed yet, but I'm really liking this area. New product alert coming soon. All right, so what do I want to do? All right, let's go with some old reliable Costa Riche. I was on a Teddy kick, but this look isn't cool. Like, what I used was warmer. I can't wink. So we'll just pop a little. I'm feeling a little more alive today. I took a colossal rest day yesterday, but sadly, I really didn't sleep very much, and I feel fine now that I've taken a shower and I'm on my last bit of coffee for the morning, but I feel like that always happens. Like, I can't just have 2 good nights sleep in a row, but I feel all right. Now we're gonna take just some, and I'm gonna put that over what I have. Use that to blend out my liner a little bit. I'm gonna lightly mist the brush with Fix Plus. So things have shifted with the corporate event date we have on Friday. I was trying to book people. Those people did not want to get booked, and I don't blame them, because the way that it all ended up working out, that would be our 3rd event in literally exactly the span of 1 month. If I was those people on the receiving end, I would be blocking and telling me to shut up too. Nobody actually did that. I mean, there were a couple people, or one at least, that did block me. Not even offended. I get it. I hope they still come and purchase from my counter, because I'm cool with all the people that come by and shop, even if they don't attend the events. But sometimes when I'm reaching out to them, you know, I'm just doing my job. And if there aren't enough people that sign up of their own free will and quickly, I have to keep going through my book. And at the end of the day, I don't know who's gonna be interested. I don't know who's gonna have the availability. I don't know, you know, if you tell me I can't come to this event, but keep me in the loop on future events, I'm gonna let you know when I have another event, because even if I literally do just like putting them on. Well, these turned out different. It's not always just like my choice. You know, at the end of the day, I have a job to do, and I have to show that I am doing that job. Man, now I have to fix this. I feel like when something like this happens, you have to accept that you're probably not gonna be able to make both sides equally good, at least depending on how much time you have. So sometimes you just have to settle for making the sides both equally bad. Yeah, sometimes it's just not my choice. You know, sometimes I'm just stuck between a rock and a hard place, and I know when I'm over it. I know when my clients are over it. But if I'm still accountable for whatever, I'm sorry, girl. Please just accept that sometimes I just gotta do it. I just gotta shoot you that text. I don't want to annoy you. It literally kills me. I don't want to make you mad. I don't want you to punish my counter for it. But I gotta try and accomplish what's being asked of me. Even when I know that it's not what the people want all the time. And that is really hard because I'm so aware of what people want. That's both a blessing and a curse for me. So I hate when I know that I'm going against that. But it's gotta be done. How are we liking the look? It's fine. It's fine. And in this scenario, I'm gonna just kind of cut my losses. I'm sure it looks fine. Do you even think it looks off? Nobody cares. I won't even care once I get going and my brain has moved on to other things. I'll be like, oh, your makeup looks nice. So for anybody watching this, because I talk a lot about my job on here, it's like one of 4 things that I talk about. What do you do? What do you do? You like your job? Are you good at your job? Are you bad at your job? Do you care about your job? Do you make good money at your job? like you plan on doing your job for a long time. Did you notice that I did a little something back there? It's not much. I'm really not somebody like I care about my living space. I care very much that it looks good and that like I keep it clean and it's functional almost above all else. But I realize I don't really want to decorate it. It's just not something I have fun during the process of. It honestly just stresses me out. I prefer if somebody else did it. So I guess I have to make enough money one day that I can literally hire somebody to decorate where I live. Now I know that most of the time that's like called an interior designer. I feel like that's a little extreme. I don't know that I need an interior designer. That sounds like really expensive and it's not that serious. I low-key just wish the Airbnbs or like places that you rent would just come furnished in templates. Can somebody, if you don't like your job and this sounds good to you, can you get going on this project? I'll like consult with you about it because I'd be the perfect consumer, but I can't really help you do it. I just need you to do it, okay? But yeah, like Airbnb, but a home, but not Airbnb because fuck Airbnb. But like, I want to just be able to move to different cities and not have to bring stuff. I would move so much more if I didn't have to lug my stuff around. But it still has to be like a normal cost of living, not getting taken advantage of because you're going on vacation, like some kind of weird luxury pricing. Okay, ready. What kind of lip? I feel like the lip doesn't matter again because I'm gonna put on some type of nude at work from the collection. Probably gonna buy more from that today. Probably just gonna buy more MAC stuff in general from my counter today. So I'm just gonna do Whirl and call it a fucking day because it's gonna come off anyway. Oh my god, I always do this. Maybe it's something I'll improve at, but if I'm just talking to myself, right, like the camera, like I'm trying to talk to you, but nobody's here, it's just me, I won't stay on the point that I was talking about because I literally forget about it. We've shifted gears where like I don't think the people want to come and commit to session times and like have appointments for the event. So we're gonna do a pop-up lip party where it's not a class where you're sitting there and learning, like you're just exploring the collection. I asked Tiffany to create stuff like her custom lip combos using the collection, and she did a really good design of those combos. I like the way that she presented that information. So we'll do whatever they pick from that on them. There's no appointment times. We're just like inviting people and trying to make it engaging and attractive to come by, like even for people who don't have appointments. And with the lip combo applied by us, what you're going to get is a skin consultation and a complexion refresh. And then, you know, we have our other ways of incentivizing you to purchase so that you can get the gift and stuff like that. All right. I gotta get moving. Hey, so this is the final look today, obviously not including my jacket to go outside. Luckily, I don't think it's gonna be too cold. It's like almost 50 degrees here. But I have this lace bodysuit underneath and I haven't worn this little cropped vest yet. It fits better than when I first bought it. And then these are my favorite pants. I like have worn them 3 days in a row at work. But it all goes together with the vest so well, like the button line. And then I just have my little American Eagle loafer thingies. And I don't know, I think I look cute. I think I look chic. I think I look fit. Come on, tell me I look fit. I've honestly been having a little bit of, I'm just dealing with what I think everybody deals with when they are slimming down, where I'm like, I don't look any different. And I feel fat. Like I don't look as slim as I should, but I need to knock that off. So I look great. Literally, the bod is bodying, okay? The outfit is outfitting. My makeup looks nice. Sometimes you just gotta tell yourself that, leave it, and go. Speaking of which, I've gotta go. Bye, love you. Okay, so I'm on my way in. I like never work Mondays, so this feels like a hate crime. And I'm really sad because it's warmed up and it's so nice outside and I have to be here until 7:45. All of those are ugly. Although I do kind of like this. Boop. Alright, just got in. Unfortunately, I forgot to bring my tripod today. But whatever, I guess we'll just prop things up somehow. I'm gonna take my lunch bag to the back. Check my email to see if my field exec got back to me about when my training is so I can finish registering for it. She said that it was going to be in March, which sounds right. Okay, she said your invite will be sent, it just hasn't been sent, so you will go in March. Okay, well it's only a month away now. I need to check my client book. I definitely need to send more texts that people don't necessarily want today to let them know what the shift in our event is for Friday and to try to get them to come. I'm just hoping that I don't log in and see that people are mad at me. Please don't be mad at me. Please don't be mad at me. I have one message. Okay, I have one that's going to be good to respond to. Now, this was when I was inviting people for a different version of the events, and Kristen said, hey, thanks for the invite. I feel like I'm too pale for nudes, but if you ever do a mauve color or whatever color the MAC Teddy Velvet is considered, please let me know. Which is great because apparently she doesn't realize that there is a cool teddy in this collection and that there would be still good options for somebody who is pale. I would know. So I'm going to let her know about the change in the event, and then hopefully she wants to come because she's going to get a complimentary lip application of whatever option she chooses, a skin consultation, and a complexion reflex. So like, why not? So I will definitely message her back. And it looks like I don't have other things to respond to, so I'm not going to hop on and start texting people quite yet. I do want to see what the numbers are for today. as a matte girly. And in general, if you're running a beauty counter, it is important to check the numbers every day. So let's see where we're at for the week. Tiffany was here by herself yesterday, and I saw that she only did $50. And I guess it was a rough Sunday. Kind of grateful that I could do nothing at home instead of doing nothing here all day. So let's see where we're at for the week. What the heck? All right, that's interesting. So we just started our new fiscal year and we're on a different page, I guess, and it's very simplified. Apparently, they got rid of a lot of things. Okay. So there's actually no data. It says that our plan for yesterday was 200, which apparently we didn't make because she did $50, and our last year we did 600. We have 0 for the plan for this week, which means we didn't make it up to $1,000, and our last year was 1,000. So we didn't end up making our year. And actually, I want to check for the 31st and see how we ended our year. We can discuss that a little bit. I know we didn't make it because we were like $8,000 down at least. But let's see. I feel like everywhere I go lately, I don't know what the deal is, but the internet connection is just slow. Okay, so for the year, we finished with $127,000 in on a plan of $133,000 with a last year of $138,000, which means we were down 5% to plan for the year and we were down 8% to last year. So we didn't make it. I knew that we didn't. We gave it our hardest try though. Like we picked up $1,500 by doing that voluntary home event on the 25th, and man, we did what we could, but we just didn't make it. And that sucks, but it do be like that sometimes. So we just got to make this year, okay? And maybe me doing social media more and me starting this channel will help somehow. Like it will just communicate to the universe that I really care and I really want to succeed, and it is calling support toward me, and I'm sharing my vision and what I want and why. So I'm just very hopeful that this year things will really turn around and it will be our best year ever, because me and Tiffany are what I refer to as a power duo, and we're doing all of these events and they're so much fun and they're gaining momentum and we have so many cool ideas and there's just a lot in store for the year. So I hope that we get our mojo on or whatever and we can just make it happen. So please pray for me. Pray for me. Please. Thanks. All right, Tiffany made a really good user-friendly guide for the lip combinations. So I'm going to be trying out what she suggested, and this is what we got. Cool Spice Liner. This is Peach Stock in the Maximal Sleek Satin Formula, and then Cool Classic Lip Gloss. Honorable mention, because I just took off the lip liner I had. I'm going to be prepping, of course, with nothing but Prep and Prime Lip. Let that settle and do its magic for about 17 seconds. And then we're going to start with the lip liner. I do love this lip liner. I already pre-saled it. There's one left, maybe. I have to check the stock. I basically have the same eye makeup on as last time. Consistency. Okay, so we have that on. We'll go in with Peach Stock. I think I'm gonna have to get this one. I was playing around with it on my last shift too. I want this one, and at some point, don't know if I'll get it now, but at some point I will get Acting Natural. Okay, I think I want to add just a little bit more, and it's time for her. Melt it all together. Sorry guys, I might have to buy the last Peach Stock, but you know, you can still order through us. I'm selfish, and I really think that this looks very pretty, so thank you, Tiffany, and that is the lip combo for today. I was not trying to text anybody right now, so I took this time to thoroughly clean the lipstick shelf. So I got some really bad news today, and you're probably gonna be like, oh my god, do you look like that because somebody died? No, nobody died. And maybe it's an accumulation of everything, like dealing with a lot of grief anyway. But the reason why I'm so upset is because Tiffany doesn't get to work with me at the Met counter anymore. And if you have any familiarity with my channel that I've been posting on for literally 12 days, you know how much I talk about work and my counter and how much I care about it and how I want it to be successful, because there's so much more beyond it. And it's always been a dream that I've had to work for Mac, like ever since I was a little girl. I remember watching the channel Pixie Woo when I was like 12, and I learned about MAC products for so many years before I would ever have any. I couldn't afford them, and I also wasn't allowed to have them. And I always wanted to get into makeup and to work for MAC, but it just wasn't the right time. And I didn't get my opportunity or have the confidence until I met the MAC manager that I would eventually replace when I finally went to aesthetic school. And the reason I went to aesthetic school finally was because this guy that I met, when I finally, I had enough and I moved out on my own and I got my own apartment, this apartment for the first time by myself. I was finally supporting myself 100% and living on my own, and I moved to another town by myself. And I met this guy who was I don't even know what to say about him. That's like a story for another day. But he was kind of a business mentor to me in a way. And he actually ended up giving me COVID. And it was horrible. And I lived by myself. And I was absolutely incapacitated and bedridden for a week. And I couldn't do anything. And I just sat there and was having an existential crisis by myself, because I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? What have I even done that matters to me? And I was in so much pain physically and mentally and emotionally, going through this alone, not having anybody in this apartment to care about me. And it was like God made me stop and think about what I actually wanted from my life, because I felt like I was dying. And that was where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get my license. I never went for the dream that I really cared about. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go for my childhood dream. Like, I'm gonna become a makeup artist. And I'm gonna work for the best brand in the world. And when I went, I met a bunch of MAC artists that happened to be there at the same time that I was. And I met the manager of the MAC right across the big parking lot from where I went to school. I didn't even know that they had a MAC in there. And I got a part-time job while I was there. And then there were company changes, and after 6 months, that MAC manager that had worked with MAC for 13 years left, and I ended up getting hired in her position. And that was like a scary moment of celebration, and so much of it had been, it was just like 6 months of bliss for me, working together with her and learning about what it meant to be a MAC artist, and to work with all those products, and to go with to go to the trainings. It was truly a dream come true. And then she left, and then I was all by myself, and I felt the stress of running that counter alone, still being new, still having only worked there for 6 months. And I was alone for quite some time. And then I did end up getting a part-time person who was completely wrong for the position. She was just somebody who back in the day liked to buy makeup and like bought MAC makeup, but she wasn't an artist. She didn't have the heart, and she didn't have the capacity to care in the way that I needed her to, and it was terrible. And I tried to make it work, but she was bringing the counter down. She was bringing me down. Everything was so much worse with her there. And then finally, she got fired. And she actually got fired because she really didn't want to work, even though she only worked 2 days a week. And it was her birthday, and they didn't give it to her off. So she called off, and she asked if I would do her makeup. And I did it because I figured that would be the last straw, and I didn't understand how she didn't realize that that would be the last straw for what her attendance was. And they saw me doing her makeup, and they were like, "You are terminated." And so I actually like gave her a final gift of doing her birthday makeup, and that got her fired. So isn't that weird? And then I was alone again for a considerable amount of time. Even though I felt alone while that month, oh my god. Even though I felt alone while that girl was there anyway, because she didn't care, I was still doing everything alone. And I'm so sick of doing everything alone and feeling like I don't have support and I don't have a partner. And then 2 months ago, I got Tiffany. And Tiffany is like literally my other half in Mac world. We work so well together. We complement each other so well. We love creating the events. We just get along, and there is this innate understanding. I don't know that I've ever really connected with anyone like that fast. And we both care about Mac and the counters so much. But last year's sales were hard. It's like the odds are just stacked up against that counter, and they always have been. Always. And it just keeps getting harder. But I thought we had a chance. I really thought that we would go the distance. I didn't realize that the hours would get cut so abruptly that despite the fact that they saw how the events were going and what we created together and the kind of environment we created at the counter, that they would rip us apart like that. I am genuinely so heartbroken like I have never been before because I finally had someone who was invested like me, who had a story of caring similar to me, who had a dream like me, and who was willing to give everything that they could to it. Creative and driven. With a vision. Creative and driven with a vision. And they just kind of dropped a bomb on us today. They just said it. And it's like, this was our last day together. She's just down at the other end now, working for the other brands. And my heart is broken. But I will not accept this. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know if I can get her back. But all that's on my mind now is that we were committed to making those events, and we wanted to get more traffic to that counter, and we wanted it to succeed. And we were going to go places through the vehicle of that counter. And Clinique and Estee have more business. And we can do hybrid beauty events where it features these brands instead of specifically the MAC class. And that way she can be a part of it. And right now, it kind of feels hollow to me just because I'm so sad. And I just feel like why is there so much loss lately? Why do people keep going away? I'm hoping that this is just an opportunity delivered in a really painful way, because I'm seeing it as losing my Mac partner. I'm seeing it as now I'm alone again. That I have this impossible goal of making this counter successful by myself, and I get lonely. I get bored. The grind of it is so defeating at times. And I feel very buried in that despair right now. But Tiffany isn't gone. She said that she was willing to stick it out as long as she was still like a Mac employee and still got to go to the trainings and get gratis, and that we could do the hybrid events. But she's really bummed about it. Like, we're both just so bummed about it, and it was so hard to not turn into this crying monster while we were at the counter and we got like very close. Like, there were multiple outbursts that we had to reel back in. Like, this is the second time I've cried over being left at Mac. I said the same thing and felt the same way, kind of, when Lindsay left. And I had the same fears to an extent. Like, I'm more seasoned now, but I still don't want to be alone. I want to have somebody to create with. I've done so many things on my own. This is what I wanted, and I was so happy for 2 months. But I can't control this. All I can do, I guess, is try to make the best of it and to create events with her, but to get more traction over to Mac and to build up that counter more and to try to get her back and for us to continue to create and grow and keep going. I'm so exhausted now. I feel like I'm hungover and like I need to drink some water, and I still need to eat my dinner, and it's getting late now and I have to wake up relatively early because I have my wisdom tooth extraction consultation tomorrow, and I'm just like, why does everything just relentlessly suck right now? But I just have to keep going, right? I gotta figure out a way to make this work. And if anyone can, I can. I'm very strategic. All I do is think. I care about this counter. They will not just take my Mac partner away from me. They might give her hours through Clinique, but we are still going to plan these events, to make content for the Maxperts. I'm still going to post about what it's like to work for a Mac counter and how my counter grows. and to do everything I can to make that a powerhouse. And to just live the dream. So me and Tiffany can live the dream. So, do I feel better? I don't know. I feel nothing again. Just low grade bummed. But hopefully this is the end of the crying for this evening, because my eyes and my forehead hurts. What a day. Who saw that coming?